G'day Crystal Groovers, it's the Sage of Stones coming at you with something a little different today. Out of the gate, I would like to say if this sounds scripted to you, which I never do, it is because it is. There's quite a bit of information that I want to preface this video with, so without writing it all down, it would have been a disjointed mess. So I know it's been a minute since I've posted any new crystal videos. Between someone backing into my truck in a parking lot, to my MacBook dying and losing about 90% of my data, and needing to have my roof replaced after Hurricane Milton. There'll be more on that in a minute. It's been a challenging last month or so, to say the least. But they say it comes in threes, right? So hopefully this is the end of it. So what you're about to witness is a video containing the vast majority of my entire inventory. That will be with the exception of bracelets, pendants, and tapestries, which are going to appear in separate videos to come. So unlike my usual videos where I go over each piece individually and I pick them up, I'm not going to be doing that in this video. I may pick the odd piece up, but to do that for all of them, the video will just be way too long. But you are still going to see each piece close up and in detail. So the table that you're looking at right now is just a small portion of my entire inventory. And throughout this video, you'll see at least 5 more full tables of crystal deliciousness. So stick with me to the very end, guys, because there's a bunch of amazing stuff that I have to show you. So it's been quite some time since I've shot a complete inventory video, and one of the main purposes of this one is that I'm asking for your help. So if you follow me on Twitter, you may know after initially believing that I escaped Hurricane Milton with 0 damage, I have since discovered I have roof damage, and I have had a roofer out to inspect it, and I've been told that I need a roof replacement. And even with insurance, my hurricane deductible is $8,000, which was definitely not in this month's budget. So just so you're aware, all of this beauty that you see before you, this is not a side hustle for me, guys. This is my one and only source of income. So I don't believe in getting something for nothing. I'm not going to be creating any kind of GoFundMe account or anything like that. I'm Gen X, and while I'm not insinuating that other generations are any different, I do know for us that it was drilled into us that we work for what we earn. So that's what I'm doing right here, I guess. So if you are a crystal lover or know someone who is, or have been eyeing off anything you've seen me post recently, now would be a really fantastic time for you to place an order with me. Every order that you guys place is going to help me with my hurricane repairs, and there will be no words to express my gratitude for that. So remember, guys, Christmas is now just around the corner. It is only 10 weeks away. It'll be 10 weeks tomorrow, actually, that Christmas will be here, if you can believe that. I've got thousands, and I mean that quite literally, thousands of gorgeous pieces priced anywhere from hundreds of dollars for incredible statement pieces down to just $2. So there's something in everyone's budget here for sure. The process of setting up, pulling down, and setting up these tables over and over again, recording and editing these videos has taken me many hours this week. It's a labor of love for sure, but it's very time-intensive work, and the layout of these tables that you see on the video may not be how these tables look after the fact, because I'm pulling down tables and setting up new ones. The reason I mention that is to give you guys the best instructions on how to tell me what you're interested in. So the most efficient way for both of us will be for you to pause the video and take a couple of screenshots of the piece or the pieces that you're interested in. One from a little further back with your pieces circled, that also shows the stones that are surrounding the ones you want, and then a close-up of the specific stone or stones that you're interested in. That's going to make it really easy for me to identify exactly which ones you want, and the close-up especially in the case where I have already pulled that table down. So if you see anything you want the price of or any other information about, and I have created extremely detailed crystal information sheets for almost every type of stone that I sell, please let me know. I do have Twitter posts for the vast majority of the stones you will see in this video, but not all of them. and I can provide you with links. If you don't have Twitter, I believe you can still view a Twitter post without having an account. If not, or if you're interested in a piece that I don't have a post for, I'm happy to take additional pics or videos, whatever you need. Please just ask me. I have a lot of new followers recently, which is amazing, and I am super grateful for you guys. So for those of you who are new, welcome, and the following information is for you. My next mail out day will be Monday, so all orders finalized with a payment by Sunday evening will go out for you on Monday. Thursday is my other mail out day. Every order gets a pouch of free crystals of varying sizes, as well as some little tumbled stones, while my supplies of those last. If you see a piece that you can't afford in its entirety right now, I do offer layaway. So if that interests you, please reach out and I'll let you know exactly how that works. For those of you that have never ordered from me before, please know that I am absolutely fastidious about how carefully and securely I package your stones. I take every precaution to ensure your stones arrive safe and sound. Every order is insured though, so in the extremely rare event that it were to be lost in transit or arrive damaged, I do have you covered. From the way I hand select every stone you see to how I prepare them for you to receive the most energetically pristine stones possible, my methods and attention to detail are second to none. Any of my existing customers will testify to that. The following are two practices I engage in that no other crystal seller that I'm aware of does, and I know many. Before I send any crystal out to a customer, I have it cleanse and charge on a selenite slab for at least 12 hours. This removes any negativity from past associations and also removes any previous programming. Essentially, it returns the crystal to its original energetic blueprint. I also perform a smudging ritual with smoke of sage and Palo Santo on every stone. This act blesses the crystals and further cleanses and purifies them, also removing any further negativity that may be present from past associations, and it also imbues them with the highest vibration of love and light, readying them for your connection with them as their new partner. So let me know which crystals are calling to you. You can DM me on any of my socials. I am at Sage of Stones on Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it, Instagram and TikTok. I have a Facebook business page also at facebook.com/sageofstones, or you can comment below in this YouTube video. You can also email me at sales, S-A-L-E-S, @sageofstones.com. Just so you know, I'm far and away the most active on Twitter. That'll be the place where I'm most likely to respond to you the fastest. But as I said, you can get me on any of those other channels. Please drop a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. This super helps with the algorithm and helps me grow my channel. Tell me in the comments below which stones you saw in this video are your favorites, or if you have a personal connection to any crystals in particular. I'd love to get some discussions going in the comments. So with all that said, grab yourself a favorite bevy, put your feet up, light some incense, and let's take a trip together into Crystal Nirvana. Alrighty then guys, let's start with this first table here. And again, it's gonna be a pretty sort of quick go through. I'm gonna call out each of the stone types as I pass over them. So we'll start here with these two gorgeous, tall, skinny, clear quartz towers. Really nice transparency and clarity on these beautiful pieces. Got a bunch of selenite here. I am going to pick this one up just to show you how big this one is. It's a huge selenite tower. Okay, so I've got one of those, and then I've got a bunch of the selenites in these, I call them skyscraper towers. So I've got those in various sizes as well. And then this is an angel-aurored selenite spiral tower. Beautiful colors on that. These all look fantastic on either white light LED or color changing LED stands, which I have as well. These are both blue kyanite towers. So I've got a larger and a smaller one. This is a huge citrine generator that's full of rainbows. These two are tricolored calcite. These two are phoenix stone, which are a combination of chrysocolla, malachite, and turquoise. And then I've got 4 of these gorgeous chevron or dream amethyst towers in different sizes. These two are amethyst and Mexican agate combination. So a nice big tall one and a smaller one there. And then I've got 3 of these gorgeous trollite towers as well. These two here are pink tourmaline or rubellite. These three big chunky guys here are shungite. Shungite is one of my must-have stones, as is the selenites here. I've got a list of about 5, 6, or 7 stones that I believe are must-haves for everyone, and those two are definitely on that list. This one here is a beautiful moss agate with huge, gorgeous druzy pockets all over it. These two here are Sphalerite. The taller one is more of a black, and the smaller one is a white, and they have incredible druzy pockets in them as well. And then this is an absolutely pristine white jade Kuan Yin statue. There are no impurities in this piece of white jade, guys. It's gorgeous. Okay, back over to the left, we start with this really cool Picasso Jasper tower, moving into a couple of really pretty lepidolite towers, and then fire quartz or hematoid quartz. This one is Septarian. This one's a really cool dendritic agate slab tower, and then a really nicely patterned sodalite tower. This one is ruby fuchsite, which is UV reactive, so that means it will glow and fluoresce under a UV light or a black light. I've got a few pieces on the table that will do that. This is called Realgar, just got one of those. And then we move into a bunch of these really nice ocean jasper towers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So all of these here in frame right now. They all look completely different because that is ocean jasper. There's an infinite number of colors and patterns that ocean jasper can come in. So next to that, we've got these two gorgeous rainforest jasper towers, and then a really nice agate tower here. This one's a showstopper. This is a botryoidal flower agate slab tower. I'm going to pick this guy up because he's just so cool. Look at all the bulbous formations on this thing. That's called botryoidal. And this is unlike any piece that I have ever seen before. It's got some beautiful flower agate patterning on it, but that botryoidal really just sets it apart. This is really cool too. I'm going to pick this up. This is a Septarian druzy egg. Gorgeous piece, this one. Beautiful patterning, and of course that amazing yellow calcite druzy all over this. So here we've got a couple of ruby zoisite towers. Again, these will fluoresce under a black light. These are Dragonstone. This big tall one here is Mukite, standing next to this beautiful banded lapis lazuli tower. And then I've got a couple of these resin dragons that super glow in the dark, and I will show you those. I've got a couple of rose quartz penises and a smelting glass penis. And these two are spectacular specimens of Vivianite, guys. And if you don't know what Vivianite is, look it up. It's an incredible stone. Really, really cool. I've got a couple of little carnelian freeforms here. And this is rainbow obsidian. And under the right light, it's going to flash with all kinds of different colors, greens, blues, purples. Look at that, beautiful. And I've got some hearts and palm stones that you'll see a little later on as well. These are both amethyst. This one is an angel aura amethyst cluster, and this one is just a standard kind of gray amethyst cluster. I've got some really beautiful little abalone shells. These are great for smudging work. I've got all of these really beautiful natural garnet gems in various sizes. And then this is a really pretty carnelian druzy kind of slab tower. Whoops, just almost knocked the light over. And then this one here is another agate tower that's got a big druzy pocket in the front of it. These are, need to come around my light again. These are raw kunzite specimens. Got 4 of those. These are stones that I have tumbled myself. These are tiger iron, and they are really, really pretty. Awesome flash on these, great patterning. So I've got a few of those as well. I've got 3 of these tarot decks left. I've got 2 of this one, and then just 1 each of these 2 tarot for kids and archangel animal oracle decks. I've got 3 gorgeous little green fluorite baby Yodas. And then these rainbow fluorite moons come in these stands, and they're really spectacularly banded specimens of rainbow fluorite. Speaking of fluorite, I've got a bunch of amazing blue fluorite. So I've got these 3 blue fluorite slabs, and they will each come on one of these stands. And give me a second and I'll try to show you what they look like with the light source behind them. All right, so here's one of those blue fluorite slabs with the light source behind it. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you could set it up with some kind of LED light behind it, or even a flashlight. It'd look really cool. So the same can be said for all of these blue fluorite pieces. We've got these little towers as well, slab towers. So they're all going to look really amazing with a light source behind them, including these raw specimens as well. These ones would look really good if you sat them on one of my white light LEDs. So I've got 4 raw blue fluorite specimens, and then I've got these really cool hearts as well. So I've got a larger, oops, almost dropped it. Got a larger one here, and then a smaller guy here as well. And then I've got 3 of these Larvikite angels. The third one doesn't stand, well, I can get it to stand up, but it's kind of sits there precariously. So anyone that buys one of the other 2, I will throw in that third one for free. And then I already talked about the tarot decks and the oracle decks. These are all beautiful pink calcite towers. I've got 12 of them. Some of them are banded, like this first one here, and then all these ones. You can see the banding in them. And these are all highly UV reactive, which you'll see in a moment. These ones, look at that, they have these cloud-like formations and patterns in them. Really gorgeous. This is a druzy agate butterfly. It also looks really cool with a light source behind it. And then this is a white jade, a painted white jade donut with a little waterfall and landscape kind of painting on it. And then this thing here is just spectacular. Hi, Carly. Hey, baby. This is a raw volcano agate specimen. It's massive. I'm not even going to try and pick it up. It weighs over 23 pounds, and it too is going to be UV reactive. So I've got some really nice earrings here, these raw stone earrings. So I've got 4 pairs of the amethyst. I've got 2 pair of aquamarine and 2 pair of rose quartz, and then 2 pair of citrine as well. I've got a bunch of these really neat heart-shaped worry stones. So as you can see, they've got like a convex out of the top of them. You rub your thumb in it. It's supposed to soothe your nerves, or kind of give you a little relief from any anxiety that you might have. So I've got them in clear quartz, sodalite, green aventurine, howlite. These 2 are so there's 4 sodalite here. These are red agate, amethyst, black obsidian, and I've got 1 in white agate and 1 in crazy lace agate as well. Back over here, I forgot to show you these ankhs. So I've got the entire top row are all rose quartz, and then there's 2 clear quartz here. There's 1 silver sheen black obsidian, 1 amethyst, 1 lepidolite, and 1 ruby zoisite. So these may be the smallest pieces on the table, but I think they might be the best. So I've got some amazing Ethiopian opal specimens here. So I've got 2 Ethiopian opal pendants, a set of Ethiopian opal earrings. Those are kunzite earrings. And then these are little Ethiopian opal cabochons. So the first 2 here are white Ethiopian opal, like the pendants and the earrings. These next 2 are, and it's hard to catch them in focus and show you the bling in them. They're not really showing up on the camera. If you're interested in better images of these, I can definitely provide those. Trust me when I tell you that these black opals bling their faces off. There's all kinds of reds and greens and purples and yellows. If I move the camera around a little bit, you can kind of get a sense. But these two are faceted black Ethiopian opals, and then I've got a couple of tear-shaped ones, and then these oval ones. They all have a flat back. They're called cabochons, and they're typically used in jewelry making. I've got 2 pieces of genuine Moldavite left in stock, guys. And then these are incredible. This is genuine Tanzanite, guys. They're tiny. Tanzanite is one of the most expensive gemstones in the world. These are little faceted specimens of Tanzanite. You can see them blinging there. So I've just got 3 of those. These are the 2, not 2 of the most, but the 2 unequivocally highest grade specimens of Larimar that I've ever had. Okay, so this one, obviously a rectangle. It's just spectacular. It's just 5A grade Larimar here, guys. So it's again a flat back, would work really well in a pendant. And then this one's a little oval shaped cabochon, again flat back, super high quality, guys. That would look fantastic in a pendant or in a ring. I've actually got a nice Larimar specimen that I'm trying to find a silversmith to make into a ring for me. So with all that said, let me make sure that I haven't missed anything on the table here, and then it will be time for me to tear this table down and put up a bunch of spheres. Oh, I do want to show you what these specimens look like that fluoresce under a UV light, so bear with me and I will show you that right now. All right, so here's these 2 resin dragons that I told you about earlier, that I showed you. Super glowy in the dark, guys. I've just had a regular, just a regular light in the room here shining on them, and this is what they look like. Really, really cool. So let's take a look at these other UV reactive stones that I've got. These kunzites are a little UV reactive, which... I should preface this by saying I can never get the UV reactivity of the stones to show as brightly on the camera as they do to the naked eye. You can just see these kunzites glowing pink here, but to my naked eye it's way brighter. So let's take a look at some of these other UV reactive stones that I've got. Here are the ruby zoisites. You can see those little pockets of pink. That's the ruby that's UV reactive there. The Septarian's really interesting too. It's got a different kind of UV reactive colors, so that's cool. And then moving down, we've got all these pink calcites here, and they're super poppy as far as their UV reactivity goes. Again, I mean, these look really pretty impressive on camera. They look way more impressive to the naked eye. So there's all those, and then this ruby Kyanite tower here is also UV reactive. And then, as I mentioned, this big, massive, raw volcano agate tower is also UV reactive, and I think that was all of them. Okay, that's everything for this first table, guys. Don't wait to the end of the video. If you've seen anything already that you're interested in or that you definitely want, my advice to you would be to jump on it immediately and let me know. If I had $1 for every time a customer has waited on a piece to claim it and then tried to claim it and it's been sold, I'd have a lot of dollars. So don't let that happen to you. I used to let that happen to me, and it sucks. So if you see anything that you like already, please let me know immediately. All right, so you saw some larger towers a little earlier in this video. Let's take a look at some smaller towers and some pipes and double-terminated points and pyramids. Let's get into it. I'm gonna motor through these relatively quickly. This video is turning out to be a lot longer than I anticipated. So we'll start with these clear quartz towers that are in these really pretty wooden stands. They are completely removable. You can take them out and do whatever you want with them. This is a gorgeous amethyst and dendritic agate druzy slab tower. I've got one bumblebee jasper tower here and 3 of these really nice pistachio calcite towers. These are gorgeous rainbow fluorite slab towers. And I'm going to grab one of these and hold it up to the light so you can get an idea of how pretty these ones are. So this is the first one, just to give you an idea of what they're all like. They're all super transparent like this and have these gorgeous kind of zigzaggy bands running through them. Really, really pretty pieces. Rainbow fluorite slab towers, I've got 3 of them. Remember guys, I've got posts for almost all these crystals in Twitter. Each of these posts has numerous pictures of each crystal, including one of me holding it in my hand for size reference. So if you want to see anything close up, let me know. This is a beautiful septarian tower. These are pink calcite as well. These ones here are all smoky quartz. And then we move into Caribbean calcite. Got a couple of beautiful celestite slab towers here. These 2 are raw amethyst specimens that have been carved into towers. I've got opalite, a selection of really pretty smoky quartz. That's a really dark smoky quartz, that one there. These are fabulous. These are man-made, but they super glow in the dark. I'll show you those in a minute as well. So I've got them in blue, in more of a yellow color, and then aqua. This is a really pretty little carnelian tower. These are clear quartz towers that have been aura treated. If you don't know what that is, very briefly, it's where the stones are baked with different metals that give the crystal different colors, and each of the metals have their own metaphysical properties as well. I've got a crystal information sheet on aura crystals. If you want that, let me know. These are Kambaba jasper towers. I've got a host of orange calcite here, and these gorgeous things here are mookaite, which comes only from Western Australia. It's the anti-aging stone. This is a brucite tower, relatively new find for me, brucite. I've got a couple more of these little selenite skyscraper towers. These ones are super cute little guys. And then these beautiful picture jasper towers here. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. A really nice rainbow moonstone tower that's going to have some beautiful, highly vibrant pockets of blue flash. Look at that. That's so cool. These are spectacular blue lace agates. These are Indonesian bloodstone. And then these are ruby fuchsite towers. Again, these are going to be super UV reactive. Anything with ruby in it's going to really pop under a UV light. These are grape agates. And then we move into a whole bunch of these really pretty fluorite towers. So these are all your regular banded rainbow fluorite. And then these 2 here are going to be what we call snowflake fluorite. So just to put that up to a light source, again, super transparent, beautiful specimens, these ones, and they're gonna have rainbows on them too, as you can see here. Beautiful rainbows on these as well. So I've got 2 of those. These are lavakite, and these are moss agate. Down here we have, again, the fire quartz or hematoid quartz. I've got quite a few beautiful little lapis lazuli towers, and then some bloodstone, and a few little rose quartz. These are dream amethyst or chevron amethyst as they're properly named, and then a whole bunch of really nice quality clear quartz towers, guys. Super clarity in these. Some of these are glass clear. And then we move into prehnite. I've got one tiger's eye tower there. He's super blingy. And then I've got these really awesome moonstone towers here with the super blue flash on them. Full face flash on all of these. I've got a couple of larger ones and then that little guy as well. These are rainforest jasper. And then we move into all of these really nice Labradorite towers, guys. Now, I'm not going to pick them all up. They all are super flashy. Labradorite just depends on the angle that you can catch them with in the light, but you can see that they're all fluorescing in some way or another here. These are gorgeous Atlanticites. and then a couple of crazy lace agate and a couple of yellow jade. So ruby kyanite, again, UV reactive stones, those two. I've got some regular howlites, and then I've got 3 of these really pretty howlite towers that are angel aured. So all those colors that are flashing as angel aura, they look really cool on these white howlite towers. These are rhodonites and these are blue agates. And then I've got a few of these Dalmatian jasper towers as well. And then some onyx. I've got green onyx, the 2 larger ones are the green onyx, and then I've got blue onyx, and then these super blingy blue sandstone and goldstone towers. These are yellow zebra jasper and these are green zebra jasper. These are pink agates and they have some spectacular druzy pockets on them. I've got 1 black obsidian tower and 1 lepidolite tower. These 2 are eupolite, and I'll show you how they pop under UV light in a moment. And then I've got these 4 strawberry quartz as well. Okay, so we had the big brother and sister of the Phoenix stone over there. This is the smaller one. And we've got some different types of sodalite here. So these 3 here are darker blue. And then we've got these lighter blue ones as well, but beautiful sodalite towers here. These are a couple of carnelian towers. And then some smaller rainbow moonstones. So again, they're gonna have that brilliant blue flash pockets on them like that one that I showed you earlier. So 4 of those, a little smaller. I've got 3 red jasper towers and 3 snowflake obsidians. And then again, these are aurid, so these are clear quartz. These are rose aurid clear quartz towers. So a couple more of the blue kyanites. I showed you 2 larger blue kyanites earlier. These are 2 smaller ones. These 2 here are diopside. This one here is called unicorn stone. It's a combination stone of lepidolite and pink tourmaline. These are all clear quartz towers as well, except these are angel aura treated. So again, you've got that beautiful shimmery variety of colors on these clear quartz angel aura towers. I've got 4 absolutely show-stopping charoite towers here, guys. Charoite is one of my favorite stones. Really super Vincent van Gogh energies for me. Those swirly patterns, they're just spectacular. And then I've got these 3 crackle quartz towers. So these are all internally fractured, so there's a trillion rainbows in these. They're just clear quartz with all kinds of internal fractures in them. Really, really cool looking. I've got 1 of these rhodochrosite towers here, and then this one won't stand up. I would use it more like a wand. It is rainbow fluorite. And then this is volcano agate, so like that raw specimen I showed you earlier, this will fluoresce under a UV light. These are all sunstone, and you can see how blingy those guys are. And then we move into all these gorgeous ametrine towers. So ametrine, for those of you that don't know, is a combination of amethyst and citrine. So when citrine is heated, when amethyst is heated in the earth, it turns to citrine, and ametrine is basically, it's like amethyst that's been partially heated. So when you hold these up to a light, you can see these orange hues through it, yellow hues. That means that it's ametrine. So I've got 4 in the larger size and then 4 in the smaller size. And these are kind of like gem cuts. And then I've got 3 little amethyst towers here and 3 really high quality aquamarine towers, guys. I rarely see aquamarine of this quality. So I've got a few of those. Back to charoite, I have these gorgeous charoite double-terminated points. Beautiful quality, these ones, guys. That's the first one, just as an idea for size. So 3 of those. I've got 1 rainbow fluorite double-terminated point here. I've got a couple of black obsidians. These are ruby fuchsite. I've got 2 in the rainbow moonstone. So again, the blue flashy rainbow moonstones. These are Kambaba jasper. I've got 1 of these pyrites, and then this one is a beautiful moss agate with some gorgeous druzy pockets in it. And then I've got one ruby kyanite, one rhodonite, and one chevron amethyst. This is a large, I'm trying not to cast a shadow over the stones here. This is a large clear quartz double terminated point. And then I've got a smaller one here, and these two clear quartz Vogel-like crystals here as well. Really pretty high quality cuts on those two right there. Then I've got a stack of rose quartz. So this first larger one here, again, is another angel aura piece. This is rose quartz angel aura double terminated point. And then I've got a bunch of them here in smaller sizes. Lots and lots of the smaller rose quartz double terminateds. These are two ametrine double terminated points. And then we move into some massage ones here. So chevron amethyst, sodalite, howlite, rhodonite, and then these two I call my chakra massage wands. As you can see, they have a different color stone for each of the 7 chakra points. So now we move into pipes, guys. If you're 420 friendly, I've got you covered. So I've got 4 rose quartz, and mind you, all of these pipes will come with a spare filter screen. So I will send you guys an extra one of those if you purchase any of these pipes. So 4 rose quartz, I've got 2 really pretty lapis ones. These ones are really cool. There's 4 of these Fedsanite pipes here with really strong blue flash on them. I've got 2 clear quartz left. This one is a glow in the dark. It's man-made, so like the towers that I showed you earlier. And then I've got 1 zebra jasper. This one's probably my favorite one on the table. This is just a spectacularly transparent green fluorite pipe here, guys. Beautiful piece. I've got 1 super flashy labradorite here, and then a dream amethyst and a K Sarah tower. And then we move into pyramids. I've got these 5 rose quartz pyramids here, guys. Now most of these pyramids are about this size. Okay, so just for size reference, there are a couple of smaller clear quartz and amethyst ones and a couple of larger other ones, which I'll show you. So these are all amethyst. Really gorgeous, these amethyst specimens. Look at that one right there, wow. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. And then we move into a couple of these dragon stones and a bloodstone. Next row, we've got these super flashy and blingy tiger's eye pyramids. So there's 2 larger ones here, and then I've got, what's that, 5 smaller ones. These 2 here are hematite. Try to get the light on them a little better for you. And then this is bronzite, one of those. And then I've got 1 larger clear quartz and then some smaller clear quartz as well. These are all really high quality clear quartz, guys. Some beautiful clarity in these ones. These 3 here are iolite. They're a little larger. I've got 4 black obsidian pyramids here, and then finally 2 Caribbean calcites. So let's take a look at some of these UV reactive and glow in the dark stones. So here, the towers that I spoke of earlier, look how bright they are. That's just unbelievable. Really cool. And here are those 2 little pink calcite towers. Again, keep in mind, guys, that their vibrancy to the naked eye is so much greater than I can show you on camera. Now we move into these ruby kyanite towers. Sorry, ruby fuchsite these are. You can see these glowing in the dark here under this UV light. So I just discovered that these lapis lazuli towers are fluorescing under this UV light as well. I didn't even know they did that. I know that some sodalites do that, but I was not aware of the lapis. And that's going to be the white calcite, guys. So lapis is a combination of lazurite, which is the blue material, pyrite, and white calcite. And by the looks of it, it's this white calcite that's fluorescing here. Again, nowhere near as brightly on camera as it is to the naked eye. Where are we at now? These are the two Opalite towers I mentioned earlier. You can see those popping under this UV light here. What else do we have? I thought there was something else here. Oh, this is the Volcano Agate Tower. It's really difficult to get it to light up, but that's glowing super pink to my naked eye. And then we've got these ruby kyanite double-terminated points here. I think my battery needs to be recharged on this UV light actually. And then this one ruby kyanite here. All right, here we go. I'm in one of my other crystal rooms, and I've got 3 tables of yummy crystal deliciousness to show you here. So let's get into it. And away we go. So let's start here with these cool stained glass crystal motif window hangings. Obviously I've got them hanging on the wall here, but they look really good hanging on a window or with a light source behind them. So I've got 2 in this red and orangey color, sort of some multicolored, almost ored finish on those as well. And this one's blue and gray with like a window motif on it as well. And they've all got these really cool little crystals hanging in this space here in the middle as well. So you can see my grubby fingerprints on that one. I'll obviously clean that up for you before I send them out. But 2 of the red and orange and 1 of the blue and gray. And then let's get into the crystals, and we'll start with these skulls here. This guy is just spectacular. This is Afghan Jade. He's a skull, like a hooded skull. He's got this cool hood on him. Beautiful banded patterns on this piece. Nice, big, chunky, heavy piece, that one. So just one of those. And then I've got skulls in rose quartz. This is a beautiful banded carnelian. I'm not going to pick up a bunch of them, but this guy's worth picking up. He is absolutely stunning. He's got some gorgeous quartz veins running through it, and then on the side and the back here, these spectacular patterns and bands. Really cool. So carnelian. This guy here is amazonite and smoky quartz. These 2 here are bamboo jasper. And then I've got dragonstone. That is a Opalite skull, which I will show you under a UV light a little later on. This is K Syrah. This is volcano agate, again another UV reactive stone, and howlite. And then we move into a few really pretty lapis lazuli skulls here. A couple of septarians. This is really, really nice. This is red jasper with some incredible bands running through it, right through the middle of his face, across the teeth as well. Nice clear quartz vein running across the top of his head, right around. Really pretty piece, that one. And then this is sphalerite and lepidolite. Again, this is phoenix stone, so that combination stone of turquoise, malachite, and chrysocolla. That's rhodonite. This one here is a super blingy lavakite. You can see all the flash on this guy right here. And this one is purple fluorite, and he looks amazing sitting on a white light LED. Again, guys, remember I've got posts for most of these. This is glass, it's not quartz, it's just glass. But the clarity on this piece is absolutely spectacular, and it changes color depending upon the angle that you look at it. Goes from really purple to pink, and then kind of reds and oranges as well. Really, really cool skull, that one. And then we've got a terahertz one here. This guy reminds me of the Terminator. And then we get into some of these little mini skulls. We've got Unakite and Dragonstone. We've got some Opalite skulls here, and even smaller Opalites. These are kind of more like a monkey skull or an ape skull. Really cool though. Those are Opalite. And that does it for the skulls. I've got this beautiful little opalite Buddha here. He's really cool. And then I've got a selection of really nice moons here. So these are like little moon bowls. These are Selenite moon bowls. So I've got those two, a little larger and a little smaller. This is a really pretty moss agate moon. Super detailed in that. I've got a really good post for that with some really close-up pictures of the patterning in that. These are blue sandstone moons, super blingy. So I've got two blue sandstone, and then this one is a green sandstone. Then I've got a couple of really nice amethyst ones. And then we move into these really pretty rainbow fluorite moons. So a couple of these are chipped on the tips. I think this one and this one. So these two. I will send one of these for free to the first 2 people that place an order of $55 or more. So then we move into these ones. These are black obsidian, but these two have a gold sheen. So this is gold sheen black obsidian. The camera's, it's hard for me to pick it up on camera, but you can kind of see the gold sheen on those. And then this one's a silver sheen. Much easier to see the sheen on that one. Super blingy. So 2 gold sheen black obsidian moons and 1 silver sheen. And then this little guy here is a flower agate moon. Really pretty. Then we move into these pens, and it feels like I have a metric ton of these. All kinds of different crystal chips in these pens. I've got a post on these that will detail all the types of stones, but there's peridot, there's amethyst, there's black obsidian, there's garnet, there's clear quartz, there's lapis, there's sodalite, did I say amethyst? I think there's citrine in here as well, rose quartz. There's a bunch of them, guys. So I've got a stack of these. They're only $5 each, and they're going to make spectacular stocking stuffers for any of your folks that are into crystals. So let's go over here and take a look at these Afghan jade bowls. So these are 2 heart bowls, and I've got 2 star bowls as well. So this is the size of them. You can get an idea. They're kind of concaved out. Nice big size. So 2 each of those. This is a little Afghan jade. I think it's a 3-inch mini bowl. Really cool banding on that one. And then I've got these 3 carnelian bowls as well, with some really striking patterns around these 2. I've got 1 pink selenite bowl left, and 1 of these round clear quartz bowls. And then this is more of a kind of a raw clear quartz, fashioned into a bowl with some yummy rainbows, as you can see. This is a little rose quartz leaf bowl. And then I've got 3 really pretty rainbow fluorite bowls here. I'm going to take it over here to show you, because that other light, if I move it, it's going to drop down. So just to give you an idea of the banding on these rainbow fluorites, guys, really spectacular. So 3 of those, and this is another rainbow fluorite cloud bowl. Some really bold colors in that one. I think that's it for the bowls. So I've got these really cool aurid geodes. So that's a rose aura, this is like a Tanzanite aura, and this is a lavender aura. Each of these 2 pieces go together, so there's 3 pairs. They're sold as pairs. We have 2, so these are clear quartz, champagne aurid clear quartz raw points. Really, really neat. And then these 2 are citrine, but these are angel aurid citrine points, raw citrine and raw clear quartz with the aura treatments. I've got 4 really pretty red jasper stars here. Speaking of stars, I've got these 3 beautiful Caribbean calcite stars with some amazing patterns on them and some gorgeous greens. So 3 of those, they're all the same size. I've got this really neat little ammonite here with really pretty patterns and some bling in the center, some rainbow bling in the center of these. So just one of those ammonites. That's an ancient fossil, millions of years old. I've got a really cool Afghan jade or green onyx, it's kind of the same thing, mortar and pestle. And this is a green zebra jasper Merkaba. Really nice size too. Big chunky Merkaba, this one, guys. And then in jade here, I've got this really cool turtle and this pretty elephant, green jade. And then this is Caribbean calcite, these 2 owls perched next to each other. Beautiful piece, this one. So if you're into owls, got you covered. These are called foo dogs. So traditionally, they're placed at the entryway to buildings in ancient China to ward off evil spirits. So they come as a pair, green jade foo dogs, beautiful lapis lazuli pyramid. And let's go back here. This is a nice big chunky carnelian freeform. This would make a great massage stone. So just one of those. This is a black and white agate dragonfly. And then I've got 3 gorgeous rainbow fluorite rose carvings here as well. I've got a bowl of your more common blue and orange and red Labradorite stones here. And then this is another bowl of purple Labradorite and sunset Labradorites, which are more rare. Not going to pick all those up and show you, but if you're interested in seeing those, please let me know. Speaking of bling and flash, I've got these really nice moonstone with the blue flash. So these are like the towers that I showed you a little earlier in the video. These are just little freeforms instead. So I've got, 7 of those in varying shapes and sizes. This is a rhodonite freeform, really nice. This is a cool little resin shell bowl. Put your rings in it or whatever you like. And then let's take a look at some of these labs. These labs are absolutely showstoppers. So purple is the rarest of colors in Labradorite. And this is a big purple full face flash Labradorite here. Just a gorgeous piece. Look at the purples on that. Depending on what angle you look at it, they can look a little more blue or a little more purple, but it's both sides full face purple flash on this one. This one is a sunset lab. So the sunset labs are the oranges and the reds and the yellows. And again, full face, really high quality Labradorites, these guys. You often see labs where there's just, a little pocket of flash. And I really like these ones that have the striations through them. So each little kind of separated pocket has its own flash. Awesome pieces, these two. And then this one is another really high quality purple. Catch it in the right light here. Yeah, look at that, wow. Beautiful pieces. This one blings on the other side too. It's just a matter of finding the angle. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to find it, otherwise this video is going to be forever long, but it does flash on the other side. And then I have one more, again, another really nice purple one. Look at that, wow. Purple labs are one of my favorites, and if you know me, you know I am just a freak for purple. So both sides flashing on that one. These are awesome. So these are blue sandstone wands with a dragonfly motif. They've got some other little stones, look like agates here. And then that looks like rose quartz on the end. So really pretty wands. I've got 2 of those, both of them with the blue sandstone points. This is a larger pyrite cube and a smaller one. This is a rose aurid clear quartz cluster in the shape of a teardrop. And then these 2 things here are light catchers or sun catchers. You'd hang them in your window and they would project all kinds of cool lights and patterns onto your walls in your room. So I've got a larger one and a smaller one of those, and I think I'm going to start another video. Got this really nice jewelry box here with this Triquetra motif, Celtic symbols on it, and it's just going to open like that. Doesn't have any kind of lock or anything, but the lid does shut very snugly. So just to give you an idea of how big that is, there it is in my hand. It's a nice size, beautiful wood jewelry box. I've got some black obsidian arrowheads, and then some really pretty little mini rutile palm stones and a couple of mini rutile hearts. You can see all the golden rutile streaks running through those. This is a little smoky quartz heart, and I've got some really blingy mini tiger's eye hearts here as well. And then a selection of flames, guys. So 2 of these moss agate mini flames. This is a mini carnelian flame. This is a really nice blingy coffee moonstone. So again, you've got that silvery bluey kind of flash all over this one. This is rose quartz, smoky quartz. That one is golden healer. And then I've got a whole bunch of these really pretty carnelian ones too. And then at the back here, there's 2 hematoid quartz or fire quartz. I've got this beautiful soft blue calcite flame, and then lastly I have a really nice chunky angel aurid rose quartz flame as well. Got a few pendants here. I may as well show you these, but there will be another video later for pendants. Raw black tourmaline, raw amethyst. These are little silver sheen black obsidian moons, and then some really pretty malachite teardrop shapes as well. Let me try and turn that one around. It's a beautiful malachite. This is a little agate pendant, banded agate. I've got a couple of pointed pendants here, amethyst and rose quartz. And then these are carnelian mala beads. So these are a big long string of malas. Oops, knock everything off and show you. So it's a big long string of mala beads, carnelian. So I've got 2 of those as well. And then I've got these really neat Mother Earth resin statues here. So these are not crystal, these are just resin. I've got this one here in gold and then 2 in green. Then we move into these beautiful trollite flames, guys. I've got a whole bunch of these. Really pretty. Again, remember I've got posts for most of these, so if you want to see them in more detail, let me know. Let me move this light over a little bit here. I've got some really cool rose quartz mushrooms. This one here is an angel aurid double mushroom. And then this one's just your regular rose quartz. I've got some green aventurine and hematite pot leaves. And the hematite ones actually have a hole drilled through the stem. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yep, right there, so you could fashion them into a pendant. And then I've got rose quartz butterflies in a couple of different styles. I've got a few rose quartz, did I say rose quartz? Rainbow fluorite butterflies and rainbow fluorite snakes. And then I've got little rainbow fluorite Buddhas and lotus flowers as well. These are bottle stoppers, so if any of you guys or girls enjoy a nice glass of wine, you can seal it up with crystal energy. I've got citrine, howlite, and red jasper. And then these are really cute. I've got a couple of green aventurine apples and a couple in howlite. And speaking of howlite, I've got these really cool little yin-yangs. These are howlite and black obsidian. And then I've got these gorgeous seraphinite slabs. So these are super blingy. I've got 3 of those. And I've got a selection of pendulums as well. I had a lot of pendulums. These are all I have left. So left to right, on the top row, I've got 3 clear quartz and 2 smoky quartz. On the bottom row, on the far left is hematite. It's an orgonite though, so it's hematite chips in resin with copper flakes. It's an orgonite hematite pendulum. Then I've got a black tourmaline orgonite pendulum, and then I've got 2 regular black tourmalines, and this I call my chakra slice. So it's got a different slice of each crystal to represent each of the 7 chakras. So I've got one of those. Then we can go into these really awesome unicorns. So really beautiful unicorn carvings here, guys. This one's rose quartz, obviously. Just beautiful. And then I've got 2 here in bloodstone. And then 3 in Caribbean calcite. 1, 2, and 3. And then here are these really pretty dragonflies. So what these are, guys, the wings are black kyanite fans. Some of them have been aured, most of them have been aured. This guy is just a straight up black kyanite. This one is a Tanzanite aured. These 2 here, well, these 3 here would be kind of lavender aured. A couple of other light blue ones here. I've got an apple aura in the green, the champagne aura in the gold, and a titanium aurid one here to finish those off. So beautiful dragonflies, guys. I've got a whole bunch of prophecy stones, and then some really pretty mushrooms in pink calcite, Caesara, bloodstone, and sodalite. I believe that finishes off this table. So I'm just checking as I talk. Oh, I've got this guy here. This is another black kyanite fan, and this one is Tanzanite aured. Really pretty colors. And I think that covers it for this table. And now we move into palm stones and hearts. So these 2 here are ocean jasper, as I mentioned before. These 2 look nothing alike, but that is not uncommon for ocean jasper. These are all, these 3 here are black moonstone. So they're going to be nice and blingy under the right light. These are rainbow moonstone. So again, they're going to have those little pockets of that bright blue flash. And then we've got 3 mookaite here. And then we move into these 2 tourmalated quartz. So this is black tourmaline in clear quartz. These are pink agates and howlites. And back over here, we have these beautiful Caribbean calcite palm stones. Spectacular patterns and banding on these, and little vugs. For those of you who don't know, a vug is think of it as like a natural cave in the crystal. Then we have a bunch of these beautiful chevron amethyst palm stones. Got quite a few of those. Got quite a few of these blue apatite ones as well. And then back over to the left here, these 2 are dendritic agates and rhodonite. And then again, hematoid quartz or fire quartz. These have rainbows all through them. Got a couple of these blue flash moonstone ones as well. And these are honeycomb ruby. I've got 1 golden healer and 1 pink tourmaline as well. Scooting back over to the left, I've got lapis lazuli. So this is really unique. I've got a heart like this that you'll see in a minute, this spotted one here. I've never seen one like that before. So normally you see the lapis with the bands like you see in these other ones, but this is more of like a spotted variety, which is really neat. And then Angelite palm stones. Never had those in before, so those are really neat. These are coffee moonstones, so again, you can see the flash and the bling on these. This is polychrome jasper, and this is sodalite. And these two here are smoky quartz. And then zipping back over here again, we have tiger iron, not to be confused with tiger's eye. These are tiger iron. Really nice. About that big. Beautiful banding on those. I've got 4 of these pyrite palm stones. This is cobalt calcite. Really, really pretty stone these. I've got some hearts that you'll see in a moment as well. These first 3 are just regular rose quartz with some rainbows in them. This one here, as you can see, is angel aurid rose quartz. And then we've got this really cool selenite with a lotus carving on it. This is green opal, and this is really cool. This is a really high quality banded rainbow fluorite. So just one of those. And then this is serpentine, really pretty piece that. These are all pink calcite palm stones. So they're going to fluoresce under a black light, as will the ruby, honeycomb rubies as well. So again, anything with ruby in them or pink calcite is going to fluoresce under a black light. These are really pretty orca agates. And then yellow fluorite. These are rainbow obsidian. I'm going to take a moment to show you these because when the light hits them, they pop with all kinds of cool colors. So that's the first one. This is the second one. This one has concentric rings, which is really neat. Try and keep it in focus for you. Sometimes it's a little hard to figure out which angle you need to view it at to see the colors, but you can kind of just see it there as well. So they're the 2 larger ones, and then I've got 2 smaller ones. Kind of blue on that side and green on this side. And then this is the last of those 4. This one's real purple. And some more concentric rings on that one as well. So that's rainbow obsidian, guys. So I guess we're into hearts now. So again, cobalt calcite hearts here, really pretty. 4 of those. We're back into the blue flash moonstones, this time in hearts. This is a peach moonstone heart. Again, you can see the bling on that one. Like this piece right here, we've got some hearts. So this is a rose aurid heart, but it also has angel aura on it, which is why it's blinging with all those different colors. So this is clear quartz with the rose aura and the angel aura. And these are just 2 clear quartz hearts, a little smaller with the rose aura and angel aurid finishes on them. This is just a straight up amethyst cluster heart. Really nice little piece, that one. It's almost like a black amethyst. This is pink agate. And then we've got some really nice banded rainbow fluorite hearts as well. We've got a few little unikite mini hearts, some gorgeous blue lace agate mini hearts and malachite mini hearts, and a couple of little aquamarine mini hearts as well. So also have some larger hearts up here. These are polychrome jasper. So 1 and 2, that's Amazonite. Here's another selenite piece that has an ohm and mandala kind of etched into it. And then these are all your hematoid quartz or fire quartz here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. They all have a ton of little rainbows over them as well. These 2 are Sandstone. This is lepidolite. This is that spotted lapis lazuli that I mentioned earlier. And then these are celestite. Beautiful celestite little hearts here. This is a druzy agate heart with some amazingly gorgeous tiny druzy crystals on it. These are silver sheen obsidian hearts. Super blingy, as you can see. I've got 2 of those. These 3 here are sodalite. Couple of really high quality, super clear, like glass clear amethyst hearts. These are the pink calcite hearts, which will fluoresce under a UV light as well. I've got a couple of pyrites, and we have honeycomb ruby, again, fluorescing under a UV light. These pieces here, 4 of those. I've got a snowflake obsidian, and then we're back into the rainbow obsidian here. And let me try and show you, yeah, some nice concentric circles on that guy. Lots of green on the back of this one. And then the smaller of the 2, this one looks like it's got a lot of purple on that side. This one looks like it's predominantly purple, maybe a little blue as well. So rainbow obsidian. And then I've got 2 gold pyrite hearts, and then these are all blue, gold tiger's eye, and then blue tiger's eye here as well. So really nice blingy flashy tiger's eye there. And then this one is a black moonstone heart. Again, it's going to have that feldspar flash on it. I just saw it. Okay, let's jump into this next table, starting off with these incredible statement pieces along the left here. So at the back here, we've got this huge apophyllite, raw apophyllite specimen. This guy comes on this custom wooden stand. So it looks like a big apophyllite egg, beautiful piece. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick up the details on these crystals, but this is covered in gorgeous apophyllite druzy. Just a spectacular statement piece, that one, as are these septarians. They all come on these custom driftwood stands here that you're seeing. So this one's more of a really darker black. And these are big pieces too, guys. Like I'll go ahead and pick one of them up for you and just show you for size reference. So this is how big they are. It's heavy and it's chunky. And the cool thing about these is that it's got all these little tiny clear calcite crystals growing all over the druzy as well. Just beautiful specimens, these ones. All right, here are the other 2 of the septarians. Again, lots of clear calcite growing on these. This is the smallest of the 3, but it has the biggest chunks of clear calcite on it. So really gorgeous statement pieces there, guys. Again, more apophyllite here. These are just raw pieces that don't have any stand. So 2 of those. This is a big, beautiful celestite, raw celestite specimen. This is really special. So this is citrine, raw citrine slab. But see all that white frosty stuff over the points? That's the beginning of this piece beginning to opalize, which I think is just fascinating. I rarely see these, so when I do, I grab them, and they usually sell pretty quickly. So I've got 1 of those. This is just your standard citrine, raw citrine piece. This one is, again, citrine, but it's been angel aura treated, so it has all that nice colorful bling and flash all over it. You can actually see 2 areas where other crystals at some point were growing out of this piece, larger crystals. Very cool. Probably clear quartz growing out of that. So sticking with the raw stuff, I've got this really pretty pink amethyst raw specimen with some really nice druzy vugs on it. And this is another, it's like a point. It's been like carved into a point. This is pink amethyst as well, but it's just a raw piece, not carved at all. These are lepidolites, raw lepidolites. And then this is a calcite stalactite. And then these are combination crystals of fluorite and clear quartz. The thing that's not readily visible to the naked eye is the incredible tiny little druzy needle points all over this. Look at all those tiny little clear quartz needles everywhere, guys. These three pieces in various sizes are absolutely covered with this stuff. Unbelievable. So delicate, really cool. So these are the other two of those. And then we move into some raw blue Kyanite specimens. And then this is a kunzite, raw kunzite specimen, another one. And then we've got some beautiful little velvety malachite raw specimens here as well. This is another citrine, just a raw, like smoky citrine piece. These are green fluorite specimens, really pretty. Again, spectacular druzy on these. So we've got a smaller one and a larger one there. And then that's azurite. And then we move into some of these larger hearts. So I've got two of these pistachio calcite hearts. This is one of them, just for size reference. And both of these have rainbows over both sides of them. They're really cool. This is a huge black obsidian silver sheen heart, and look at the bling on this guy. Almost blinding, both sides to the other side. Unreal, just a spectacular piece, that one. Pink calcite, which will be UV reactive. This is peach moonstone, and again, this guy's gonna flash its face off here. Wow, unreal. Super flashy. So one of those, I've got a couple of Kambaba jaspers. This is a black obsidian wand with like a little star design on the top. This is a, what is this, green aventurine notebook. So this has both lined and blank pages, just one of those. Nice and thick, lots of pages there. And then we move into these wands. So I've got gorgeous black obsidian wands. That's a leopard skin jasper, sorry. These are the same as those towers I showed you early in the video, amethyst and Mexican agate. I've got a couple of septarian wands, and then some tourmalated quartz as well. And then a little smaller prehnite, blue kyanite, and rainbow fluorite. And then I've got all these selenite wands here as well. So I've got multiples of all of these except for these two. All right, so I've got the single terminated plain selenite, the single terminated lavender aura selenite, and the single terminated Tanzanite aura selenite. And then I've got the double terminateds in plain, ruby aura, and Tanzanite aura. So selenite wands, and now into dragons, guys. Huge, massive green jade dragon head here. It is a big chunky piece, really cool carving, this one, guys. So green jade, one of the big ones, and then this is a smaller green jade with a different style. And then I've got a couple of black obsidian ones as well. And then I've got a couple of septarians. This is a purple fluorite, he's beautiful. And then a rose quartz dragon head. And then I've got these 4 pyrite ones too. And then to finish off the dragons, I've got this green jade guy. He's more of an oriental style. So just one of those. And then now we're into these beautiful malachite slabs. So they're all roughly this thick. Spectacular patterns on both sides of all of these pieces. So 5 of those. And then I've got some hearts that I couldn't fit on the other table. These are all polychrome jasper. So again, guys, I realize I'm not showing you all of these crystals in their entirety. If you know, for example, if you go, oh, I love this one, I wonder what the other side of it looks like. I'm going to show you this one right now that I've said it. But if you see something, you want to see the other side of it, or a different angle or a different view, don't hesitate to ask, guys. I'm more than happy to provide additional pictures or videos, as I said. This is just a jaw-dropping, massive orange calcite freeform. I can barely get it in the frame. It's huge and it's thick. And what I really like about this is if you look at it from side on, it almost looks like honeycomb, if you were to cut honeycomb. Really pretty, massive orange calcite slab. I've got one of these black obsidian scrying mirrors. This is a really pretty carnelian slab. These are all going to come on the stands that you see them sitting on. This is a fire quartz, hematoid quartz Indian head, like an Indian chief, Native American chief. And then these are really beautiful snowflake fluorite slabs. Lots of blue fluorite in these pieces, which is really rare, and rainbows galore too. So I've got 2 of those. And then I've also got these fishtail selenite slabs, and as you can see, they're super clear. Beautiful selenite. These are the guys that you're going to want to charge your crystals on. They'll charge and cleanse your crystals. This is a beautiful, nice, chunky ocean jasper freeform. Nice patterning on that guy. I've got a couple of smaller polychrome jasper freeforms as well. If you look at both sides of those. And then these are really cool. So these are Sphalerite and clear quartz, and they are mermaids. So they all stand. I just have them laying down because, as you can hear my puppy shaking behind me, she's likely to bump the table and knock stuff over, so I've just got them laying down. But they do all stand up, and they are really, really cool. So the main body of the mermaids is Sphalerite, and then they have these gorgeous clear quartz needles that run all up and down the spine of them. So I've got 6 of them in these lighter colors, and then 1 of them in this darker color here. She actually might be a fairy rather than a mermaid. She is, I think. So 6 fairies and 6 mermaids and 1 fairy. And give me a second and I'll flip them all over so you can see the other side of them as well. Okay, here's the other side of these mermaids and fairies. And then the darker one. This one is really cool. It's got this big pocket of clear quartz needles on it. Really, really neat piece, that one. They're all gorgeous, but that one in particular is really cool. All right, so let's take a look at some of these freeforms here. We've got a pair of Oragonites here. We've got blue Oragonite on the left and pink Oragonite on the right. These are really, really nice pieces. The blues and the pinks in these are absolutely gorgeous. This one's just a matrix back. And then this is a spectacular serpentine freeform. Beautiful greens on this piece. Nice big guy. Gorgeous. I've got these pair of Caribbean calcite owl wings on this owl stand. And then these are just spectacular. This is Druzy agate and looks amazing with a light source behind it. This is obviously a butterfly. It comes on that gold stand, and it's got some incredible banding and gorgeous druzy pockets in the middle of each wing. And then sticking with the butterflies, we move into these trollites. So again, these come on a stand. I've got 1, 2, and 3 butterflies. And then I've got a couple of angels as well. So still in trollite, 1 angel and 2 angels. So some amazing butterfly and angel and owl stands with wings. Really, really cool. It's musical crystal rooms. We are back into the first room with an incredible selection of amethyst cut bases, guys. Various sizes various shades of purple and gray amethyst, various prices. So I've got these arranged in 3 rows, obviously, as you can see. So we're going to call the back row, row number 1. So if you wanted to identify a particular stone, draw it to my attention. Again, taking the photos, the screenshots is great. But on this one, we can make it really easy as well. Still take a photo for me, but so this would be row 1. And then this is number 1, number 2, number 3. So if you wanted this one, for example, that's going to be, you could just say number 1.5. So it's row 1, number 5. Then this is row 2 in the middle and row 3 at the front. So let's take a closer look at all of these. Again, just a huge variety of shapes, sizes, and colors here. This is the biggest one I have. I'm going to pick it up. It's heavy. For size reference, this one weighs almost 5 kilos, which is over 10 pounds, well over 10 pounds, maybe over 11 pounds. It's huge and just gorgeously blingy. In contrast to that one, I'm going to pick up the smallest one here, or one of the smallest ones. Beautiful purple in that one, just so you get an idea of the size variations here. So this is the first one. We've already seen a pretty decent close-up of that. It's got some really nice little crevices and caves and contours in that one. Moving along, number 2 here is more of a gray amethyst. And then just to show you the backs of these are all just natural matrix backs. Okay, so it's just amethyst growing on matrix. So that's number 2. This is number 3, moving back into that lighter purple shade. Number 4. Number 4 has some really neat calcite, clear calcite growing on it too. Number 5, beautiful purple color, that one. Number 6, some of these that look a little bit more gray on the camera are actually purple. This one's a really light lavender color. So what was that, number 6? This is number 7. I really like the shape of number 7. She's really cool. And again, guys, I can provide additional pics or videos of any of these pieces if you need them. I don't have individual posts for most of these. I do not have individual posts for most of these, but again, I'm happy to provide any kind of pics you need. So what was that one? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's number 8. This is number 9. Number 9's really cool and unique in this collection, at least, because the sides of it have all these bands on it. These are just the weights and a number from a previous video. So you've got this banded agate that goes all the way around the side, and then it's polished here on the side too. And there's going to be all kinds of tiny little rainbows around this piece as well. This one's really neat, really beautiful purpley pink color too. So what was that, number 9, I think? This is number 10. And then number 11. Right. All right, so let's go with row number 2. This is number 1 here. And then number 2 is this really cool, tall purple guy. Number 3 is really neat too. The purple on this one is just gorgeous. And of course, they're all super blingy. So that's number 3. This is number 4. Another beautiful purple, number 5. Number 6 and 7. This one personally is my favorite. Such an awesome amethyst cave. It goes deep into the back of this stone, and it's just wall to wall, top to bottom, amethyst druzy points all the way around. And again, just the matrix back. But this one's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. My favorite one on the table. So that was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was number 8. This is number 9. Another gorgeous purple one here. Number 10, much darker. It's like a dark gray, almost black amethyst. Number 11 and 12. Really pale pink on this one. Number 13 and number 14 on the end here. And then finally, row number 3. This is number 1. Again, a nice dark shade of gray, but you can still see some purple in there. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. Number 2, beautiful lighter lavender color on that one. Number 3, this one's got some big chunky points on it. Most of these have the much smaller points, but this one's got some really nice big chunky points on it. Really cool piece, that one. So that was 3, this is 4. Really, really pale, almost pink amethyst, that one. Number 5, back into the nice deeper purple shades here. Number 6, this one's got some nice banding on the side and a nice kind of cave almost. So that was 6, this is 7. Back into the gray amethyst here, 8. And then 9 is this taller, skinnier piece. And then finally, number 10. So these are my amethyst cut bases, guys. As I said, there's heaps of them to choose from. Let me know which ones you would like to adorn your home with. All right, guys, it's time for sphere stands. Now, I do have a rather large collection of driftwood sphere stands that are going to feature in a different section of the video, but these are my like ornate, kind of cool figured stands. So some of these I have multiples of. Most of them are one-offs. So if you see something that you like, jump on it immediately, because I may only have one of them. So let's jump in here at the back. We'll start with this really cool dolphin stand. This is far and away my largest one. This is a bronze sphere stand, big size. It'll accommodate a really big sphere. And it's these dolphins that are playing in the waves. So if you love your dolphins, you love this sphere stand. I've only got one of those. I've got a couple of fairies here. I've got one in silver and one in really light shades of pink and blue. These ones I call my lotus hand sphere stands. They're exactly the same, they're just different colors. So it's like this hand that's holding a lotus flower, and obviously the sphere sits on top of the flower there. So I've got this one in blue and white, and then one in black and gold. And then I've got a bunch of these really cool owl stands. So these are all the same design, they're just different colors. So I'll just pick this one up to give you a good look at the design. There's kind of 2 owls stacked on top of one another, and then a baby owl down by the side. Sphere sits in the top. Again, these will hold large spheres. Got the wings wrapping around the bowl there. Really cool design. So I have those in, what, 5 different colors. So here's like a pink and black one. That one's more of a beige color. We've got this iridescent blue and purple one happening here, a silver and black one, and then another silver and black one, just a little different pattern on the colors there. So 5 of those, I call those my triple owl stands. And then I've got this really cool peacock, purple and gold. Her tail wraps right around and up the back of the stand, and then forms the spot where the sphere sits on the top. So I've only got them in that color. I've got 2 of those, and then each of these I've only got 1 of. So I call these my Mother Earth sphere stand. So you've got this Mother Earth Gaia lady sitting here. She's got a big pregnant earth belly, flowers and butterflies in her hair. Sphere sits on top. That's the back. So I've got that one in the iridescent blue and purple, and then this one in a really kind of glittery black color. Lots of little glittery flecks through that. Both the same design, those 2. So then we have a bunch of these parrot stands. So again, I'm just going to pick the one up to show you the design closely. So it's a parrot perched in a tree here. There's some flowers around the base and going up the tree. This is the back. Parrot's got a nice long tail, and then the sphere just sits in these branches up here. So I've got one in silver, I've got the blue and yellow, and the pink and yellow as well. And sticking with the tree motifs, we move into these owls here. So again, I'll just pick one up and give you a closer look at the design. So it's just an owl sitting under the limb of this tree. And again, the sphere sits in those branches at the top. There's the back. So I've got one in black, I've got one in a silvery kind of black, and then one in beige. And then another owl, this one's sitting under a mushroom. He's pretty cute. He's got his wing wrapped around the stalk of the mushroom, or the stem of the mushroom, and the sphere sits in the top there. And then I've got a few bears as well in gold, silver, and more of a white color. So this is the design on these guys. Again, sphere just nestles in those branches at the top. This guy's so cute. I love this. I can't believe this guy hasn't sold yet. So it's a frog with his leg up. He's holding his leg up. He obviously practices yoga. And a lily pad resting on the sole of his foot holds the sphere. And he's, again, that really nice iridescent purple and blue color. This one's new. This guy's so cool. It's an octopus with a pirate's hat. He's got some blue and purple tentacles going everywhere. Really cool one, that one. And then this is a really nice Thai Buddha design. All right, and now we move into all these dragons, guys. So these two purple and blue ones are exactly the same design. So the sphere is going to sit down in here rather than on top on these ones. And these are really, really cool. Kind of dragon with his claws perched up on a rock here. Tail wraps around the back. So I've got those in purple and blue. More dragons here with a different design. This guy's a little bit of a badass. He's got his arms folded in front of him, sitting next to this tree. He's got some leaves and vines growing around the tree, and that's the back of it. And then the sphere is just going to sit in the top here. Just knocked one over. So I've got those in purple, in blue, and in silver. They're all the same design. And then I have another dragon design here. These are baby dragons. Again, tail wraps around this tree stump that he's sitting next to. The sphere sits in the top of the tree stump there. Got some green grass on the bottom. So I've got him in like a silver and blue, and then a purple, and then a silver purple one. And then this guy's really kind of just black and silver. So 4 of those designs. And again, here's another one of these really neat looking purple and blue iridescent kind of designs here. This is a baby dragon. The sphere is going to sit right here in the front. And then this one is another dragon design, a silver dragon, really just the neck and the head, and the sphere sits in the top. Got some red eyes on him, some pretty gnarly teeth. For those of you following me, there's one of the words I'm bringing back, gnarly. And so these are all triple goddess designs. So for any of you that are into witchcraft or Wicca, you would be aware of the triple aspect of the goddess. So the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Okay, so I've got these in a few different colors. This is just like a brown wooden color. This is more of a black silver. This is more of a regular silver. I've got gold, and again, the blue and purple iridescent. So these are really cool. They've got some witchy symbols around the bottom of the stand. Pentagrams, various aspects of the moon. So really cool. This one's pretty neat. It's just like a little thin black metal owl, and you can sit a sphere in the hole here, and you could also lay a raw stone or something underneath there as well. So just one of those. These are like little faux wooden kind of logs, I guess. Got little gold flowers on them. So I got a number of those, and they'll accommodate a pretty big sphere too. These are really cool. I like to put, actually give me a second and I'll show you what I like to do with these. So I realize these are clams and not oysters, but if you put one of these really pretty little clear quartz angel aurid spheres in there, they kind of look like a pearl, which I think is really neat. So I've got two of these. And they're just painted resin. Got some seaweed, some coral, some shells. Really cool. And they look really great with one of the clear quartz angel aurid spheres in them. This is just like a little kind of lotus flower design. Again, sphere just gonna sit in the top there. So one of those. These are really neat. So these are, I call these my Buddha fingers, and the spheres will sit right in his fingers there. You can take not a huge sphere because it'll eventually tip over if the sphere is too heavy, but smaller to medium-sized spheres will sit in his fingers there, and it looks really, really neat. I got a few of those. These are dragon claws. I've got them in black and purple. It was just 111 on the timestamp, of course it was. So obviously the sphere is going to sit in the claws there. There's a snake wrapping up the arm of the dragon. I've got some skulls at the bottom. So I have that in black and in purple. I've got this really nice little dolphin, and he's blowing water out of his blowhole, and that's where the sphere is going to sit. Some splashing around his tail. So just one of them. And then I've got these cool hands as well. So obviously the sphere sits in the palm of these hands. This one is a little bigger. And then I've got two that are a little smaller. So that is my collection of ornate, groovy sphere stands, guys. If you see anything you like here, again, many of these are one-offs, so let me know before someone else grabs them. All right, guys, lots of great stuff on this table. Heaps of tumbled stones. Some of my own stones that I've tumbled personally. I'll point those out to you. I've got Palo Santo and smudge sticks. There's Orgonite sets. There's Chakra sets and Zodiac sets. Some bookends. All kinds of great stuff. So let's jump in. And I've organized these alphabetically, so maybe that'll make it a little easier for you. Just a thing to note with some of these tumbled stones, some of them are various sizes, so they'd be various prices. So for example, you know, these black tourmalines, there's some larger ones. I'm not sure what the prices are off the top of my head, but if like there was a larger one that was $5 and a smaller one that was $2, these are all intuitively selected for the most part. I'll point out the ones that are numbered. There's very few of those. So for the ones that are intuitively selected, you just tell me what price. So Cam, I want one $5 black tourmaline, and I want, you know, 3 $2 black tourmalines, that kind of thing. All right, so let's jump in, guys. These are amber. These are raw amber. This is Amazonite with smoky quartz. These are amethyst. These ones here are numbered. These are chevron amethyst. These are ametrine. So again, it's a combination of citrine and ametrine. These are black tourmaline. These little ones here are blue lace agate. These three here are charite, and they are numbered. Bumblebee jasper. These are little citrine tumbles. These are clear quartz. These are also clear quartz, but they have been aurid with rose aura and lavender aura. So the pink ones are rose aura, the purple ones are lavender aura. They're just clear quartz points. These are dendritic opals, also called merlinite. And then we have dumortirites here. And then zipping back over this way, I've got a bunch of these really pretty raw blue fluorites. These are raw rainbow fluorites. These 4 howlites are also numbered. These are magnetic hematite with angel aura. These are jet. These are kunzite and lapis lazuli. Got a few different malachites here. So these are malachite chips. These are malachite tumbles. And these I'd probably classify as palm stones. They're also malachite and they are numbered. Remember guys, I've got posts for most of these things. These are petrified wood. And, oh, you can see the blue flash in those. Rainbow moonstone. Red jasper. These are rhodonite. Honeycomb ruby. Again, these will be UV reactive. And then these just came in today. So I've got two types of selenites. These are more of a, like a cube sort of shape. And then these are much more round. So never had selenite tumbled stones in before. So had a few people asking for those. So grabbed a bunch of them. And then we have smoky quartz here. These are tektites, and if you don't know what tektites are, they are basically meteors that have fallen to Earth. So these are space rocks, which I think is really cool. And then a few real blingy little tiger's eyes here. All right, so now we're going to get into the stones that I have tumbled myself. So these all came to me completely raw, like these blue fluorites here. And I have painstakingly tumbled them in my rotary and vibratory tumblers, and now they're all super highly polished and nice and smooth. So again, alphabetical order, these are Botswana agate, these are chalcedonies, and then these are really beautiful. These are stunning. They've got rainbows all through them. These are all citrines. Crazy lace agate. Spectacular patterns on these guys. Really, really cool. This is a big milky quartz that was a big raw piece that I tumbled down. And then these are all moss and tree agates. And we've got a couple of pink tourmalines here. These are, oh, I forgot to mention these. These are chrysoprase. And then beautiful rutilated quartz, guys. These all have stunning shards of rutile through them. So rutilated quartz, or golden rutile as it's sometimes called. These are sodalites, and these are beautiful tiger irons. So again, these were big raw pieces, and I tumbled them down to these spectacular looking specimens. So 4 of those tiger irons. What you haven't seen before are these. So if you buy a sphere from me, you're gonna get a free little sphere stand. Let me show you what you get for free. Hang on one moment. All right, so if you buy a sphere from me, provided it's a sphere that will fit in this and not like a tiny little mini sphere, I'm gonna send you one of these with each sphere. But these ones are much bigger, so these ones are going to be $3 a piece, and then this is $2. So if you want a bigger sphere stand than the one that you're going to get with a sphere, let me know. Or if you've got some larger spheres at home that you need a bigger sphere stand for, these little wooden ones are for sale as well. So I've got 6 pounds of these. These are awesome, guys. If you're into crystal gridding or thinking about getting into crystal gridding, these clear quartz needle points are absolutely essential. So what you use these for in a crystal grid are to connect each of the stones in the grid to one another. All right, so you might have like a moss agate here in your grid, and you might have a malachite as well. One of those goes between them to connect the energies between the 2 stones. And if you do that all the way around your grid, everything is connected. Essential part of crystal gridding, guys. Like I said, I've got a 6 pound bag of these, so we can work out a deal. And if you want to buy a bunch of them, we can definitely do that. These just came in today. These are beautiful little Herkimer diamond points, guys. All kinds of rainbows through them. Only got 2 of them. This is the larger of the 2. Gorgeous Herkimer diamond points. This is the second one. It's a little darker and a little smaller, but lots of rainbows in that guy too. Just beautiful. So just 2 of those guys. And then this is a little garden quartz teardrop. Might be nice to make into jewelry, maybe wire wrap it. Just one of those. And then I've got all of these really cool keychains. So these are all clear quartz crackled. Okay, so they're all fractured inside. The outsides are completely smooth. Don't worry, they're not going to fall apart. It's a process whereby obviously these are tumbled clear quartz stones, and then they heat them until they fracture inside. And then these ones, they've injected a dye into them. So I've got a couple of purples here, a couple of really pretty blue ones full of rainbows, as you can see. I've got a green one here, and then a lighter shade of green, and then a red as well. And then I've got these really cool geode keychains as well in rose aura, tanzine aura. That one's more of an aqua aura. I've got a couple of raw black tourmaline keychains, some raw citrines as well. And then these 3 here are raw amethyst, but as you can see, they've got that iridescent finish, which is angel aura. And then I've got just 3 regular amethyst, raw amethyst. I've got 1 titanium aura left, and this one's cool. It's got amethyst, citrine, and clear quartz all on the same keyring. So those are really neat too. This is a peach selenite palm stone, nice chunky size palm stone. This one, just one of those. These are really neat. So I've got 3 sets. I've got a round set, a pyramid set, and an oval shaped set. These are all Orgonites. So each separate piece contains crystal chips and copper flecks. Each of the crystal chips denotes a different chakra. So you've got iolite for the crown chakra, amethyst for the 3rd eye, I'll center them all, lapis lazuli for the throat, green aventurine for the heart, that's yellow aventurine for the solar plexus, and carnelian for the sacral, and finally red jasper for the root. So the circles, these are sold in sets. The circles are one set. The pyramids are another set. The pyramids also have those copper spirals in each one as well. And then you'll notice that on the circular and the oval sets, there's also that engraving there to denote 1111 on the timestamp, to denote the symbol for each chakra as well. All right, so the ovals are a set, the pyramids are a set, and the circles are a set. Then we can move into some Palo Santo. Got Palo Santo sticks, guys. I've also got the Palo Santo cones. So they would sit on a little charcoal disc on an incense burner that you would light. You pop the Palo Santo on top of the charcoal and it slowly burns. Then I've got these smudge sticks as well. So this is organic white sage and blue sage. That is rosemary and juniper. I got tons of the white sage. I think I've got 3 of the blue sage. I think I have 2 of the rosemaries and 2 of the junipers. And then I sell these stands too. So if you've got slabs, crystal slabs, and you need a stand for them, I've got these in 3 different sizes. So the slab just sits in here and leans up against the back. So I've got a small one, a medium one, and a large one. So they are for sale as well. And finally, I have these Zodiac packs here. So there are a couple that I'm missing. I think I'm missing Leo. And I think that's it. So I've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Sagittarius. So what these actually are, guys, are little tumbled stones that are specific to each of these different zodiac signs. So there's 3 stones in each one. Some of these are only one-offs. I do have, so I've got 2 of the Geminis, 2 of the Pisces, 2 Taurus, 2 Scorpio, and 2 Sagittarius. All right, and like I said, if your zodiac sign is missing, unfortunately, I'm out of that one. So I think that covers it for this table. Oh, the bookends. Almost forgot the bookends. So I've got these gorgeous bookends. They're druzy agate. These are botryoidal too. So anytime you hear me use the word botryoidal, it means they've got all these little bulbous growths in them. That's all super fine druzy. And so the one of them is that big. I like to use these little ones here to bookend my tarot decks. So I've got one set here. These are sold as a pair. You can see they're cut from the same piece of agate, and the same with this one here. This one's more white. It's got rainbows all over it, as you can see as I slowly move the camera. And then this one has a really nice little druzy pocket in it as well. So I've got 2 sets of bookends. Oops, also. All right, guys, so I think that covers it for this table. If you see anything you like, you know what to do by this point. Have a... Whoops, forgot to mention my chakra packs. So I sell these packs of larger tumble stones, just to give you an idea of the size of these. I wouldn't quite call them a palm stone, but they're definitely larger than your average tumble stone. I sell these in packs as well, 1 stone representing each of the chakras. I have them with different stones. Some of them are the same, some of them have slightly different stones. This one, for example, you've got clear quartz for the chakra, amethyst for the third eye. That looks like blue aventurine for the throat, green aventurine for the heart, citrine for the solar plexus, red jasper, actually that's carnelian for the sacral, and this is hematite for the root chakra. So I have these chakra packs available as well. Lay them on your chakras, lay down, meditate, bliss out. And I forgot to show you these. So this little guy here is azurite. And then in the middle, that is emerald. And then ruby fuchsite. All right, guys, got some really cool Himalayan salt lamps here and some really neat sphere stands as well. These are LED sphere stands that you're seeing here. I'm going to take you through and give you a closer look at each one here in just a second. But lots of different styles to choose from. So let's take a closer look at all this stuff. So I'll give you a nice close look with all the lights out. Obviously, with the lights down, these can really show what they can do. So we'll start at the back here. This is a mirrored LED revolving stand. This would be for, you know, your towers, or like I have here a flame sitting on it. It slowly rotates and cycles through different colors with the LED lights underneath, as you can see. So that one's really cool. This is a Himalayan salt lantern. Oh, before I move on to that one, this one is powered by plugging it into your wall outlet. Most of these are USB powered. This one is not. This one plugs into your wall outlet. This is a USB Himalayan salt lantern. Really cool, kind of rustic looking, old-fashioned lantern. This is a gorgeous Himalayan salt angel. So up inside there's a light bulb. This one connects to your wall outlet as well. And it's also on a dimmer switch. So it has a switch that you can shut it on and off with, 111, sorry, on the timestamp. And it also has a wheel that you can turn to increase or decrease the brightness. So it's on a dimmer switch. Really cool, beautiful Himalayan salt angel. These are just raw Himalayan salt lamps. Again, USB powered on both of these. And then we move into these sphere stands. You can put towers on some of these, but primarily they are sphere stands. And for the most part, they come in either white light or color changing options. So this is what I call my lotus design. I'll take you through the designs actually here in a moment, because some of these white lights are pretty bright and make it difficult to see. So just to give you an idea of the different styles that I have, and we'll take a closer look at these in a minute. All right, lights are now on, so let's take a closer look at the designs of all these. So as I already showed you, this is the revolving mirrored LED stand. This is the Himalayan Salt rustic lantern. This is that gorgeous Himalayan Salt angel on a dimmer switch. These are the two raw Himalayan salt lanterns. And now all of these that you see here, these are all going to be USB powered, okay? So this is my Lotus design, as I mentioned. We've got one that just stays on this white light on the left here, and this one's a color changing one. So it has 5 or 6 different colors that it just slowly morphs between. So you can see it changing there from aqua to green, goes from yellow to red. We'll go into blue and purple and pink here in a moment. So all of these color changing ones, with the exception of 2 that I point out, do exactly this kind of style. So this one's another one. This is a pentagram, color changing. As you can see, what I like about this one are all the little sphere pockets around the outside. So you can put a larger sphere in the middle and then surround it with smaller spheres as well. It's really cool. I don't have that in white light. I've only got it in the color changing. These two are, I call my sacred geometry designs, again in white light on the left and color changing on the right. And again, just slowly morphing between all the colors. And then these two I call my flower of life. And again, same thing here, plain white light on the left and the morphing color changing on the right hand side. Now when we move into this one, this is like a little tree stump. Really cool design, really unique. So sphere sits on the top there. What's cool about this one as well is that you can have it just slowly morph like the other ones, or you can have it change colors like really quickly. Like there's no morphing from one color into the next. It just changes immediately from one color to the next. You can also set it so that it just remains on a white light, or that it just remains on any of the colors that you see it morphing into here. So it's just got a switch on it. These all have on-off switches as well. And this one's switch, every time you push the button on the switch, it changes its function. So that one operates the same way as one of these stars here that I'll show you in a moment. This is just a little square. This is a good one for a tower. You could sit like a translucent or a transparent tower on top of this and it would light it up. This is a small plain wooden color changing one. These mostly are to go with some clear glass zodiac spheres that I'll show you in another video here coming. And then these are the same thing, they're just larger. So just plain wooden discs, nothing ornate or fancy about these. But the small ones just come in the color changing. I don't have them in white, but the larger ones come in either white or color changing. And then these stars are really neat. So this one just has the plain white light, but it does change the hue, I guess, of the white light. So it goes from really bright, kind of that bluish kind of light, to a more warmer yellow tone as well. There are, I don't know how many, 5 or 6 different shades of white light that this one on the left here will do. And then this one is like this tree stump here. So like I said, you can choose just a plain white light. You can choose any one of the colors that you see. It can morph slowly, like these ones, between colors, and then it can change immediately. That's what I was explaining with this one too. It can change immediately. So this one's morphing and this one's changing immediately. They'll both do that. And then this is a bar light. I like to kind of stand these up and then stand a tower in front of them. But you could lay specimens on this, whatever you like. It's just a white bar light. So those are all my Himalayan salt lamps. and my LED sphere holders. And just to give you an idea what these spheres can look like on these, so this is a selenite sphere. All these spheres are for sale, by the way. This is a selenite sphere sitting on that pentagram color changing light. Here's a selenite sphere just sitting on one of the Flower of Life white light LEDs. And then these two are two of my larger internally etched glass spheres. The angel sitting on the white light and the Kuan Yin sitting on the color changing. So they look really, really cool. Any kind of transparent or translucent sphere is gonna look really great on any of these LEDs. Driftwood sphere stands, my friends. So these are all natural driftwood. These are not any kind of plastic or resin molds. Absolutely genuine driftwood. They all have these little brass cups on them, and I've got them ranging from holding a single sphere right up to holding 7 spheres. So these are all numbered. So if we look on the left-hand side, going from the back to front is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Over to the next row to the right, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. Still take your photos for me if you want to claim one. That makes it super easy, but you can also tell me, hey, I want stand number 11. So let's take a closer look at these guys, because they are really, really cool. So numbers 1 through 9, guys, are all single holders. So this is 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last of the single holders, number 9. Okay, let's move into the double holders. Numbers 10 through 16 are all double holders. They'll hold 2 spheres. So this is number 10, number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then we move into the triple holders holding 3 spheres. So 17 through 20 will hold 3 spheres. This is number 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then 21 through 23 will hold 4 spheres. This is 21, 22, and 23. And then number 24 is my only 5 sphere holder. And then finally number 25 is my only 7 sphere holder. I don't have any 6 sphere holders. So just to give you another sweep across, kind of give you a top-down view. So in a moment, I'm going to put a few spheres on these and just point out something that you're going to want to be aware of. These holders are going to accommodate smaller to small / medium sized spheres. I mean, a single cup will hold just about any size sphere, but once the spheres start getting too big, the cups are close enough together that the larger spheres will want to touch each other and then they won't sit in the cup properly, and I'll demonstrate what I mean by that in just a second. All right, so let's show you some spheres on these. Okay, so I've got some spheres sitting on some of these stands. As you can see, spheres of this size This 5 holder will accommodate those easily. None of them are touching. There's plenty of space between them because they're, you know, your smaller to small, medium-sized spheres. Same deal here. These are all smaller spheres that comfortably sit on this stand next to each other. All of these spheres are for sale, by the way, guys. If you see any that you like, let me know. And then these are probably smaller to medium-sized spheres, these ruby zoisites, and then there's a little opalite one in the middle. They sit comfortably next to each other. If I tried to fit another sphere this size right there, probably wouldn't sit in there properly. I've got these 2 larger spheres. Obviously the larger spheres are going to sit comfortably on these single sphere holders, but watch what happens if I try to put these 2 together on this one, for example. So that one sits there just nicely, but if I try to put this one on there, there's not enough room. The spheres are too big. So just keep that in mind if you're buying any of these multi-holder stands, that there is a certain size limit that you'll need to kind of stay under. I can't give you a diameter. I can't say, hey, you know, only spheres less than, you know, 2 inches in diameter will work, because the distance between these cups is not uniform. Like, they're all different, right? So I can't give you a definitive answer as to how big the spheres can be to sit next to each other. What I can do though is, if you're interested in a couple of larger spheres and one of these stands, I can try them out and let you know if 2 of those larger spheres work on any given stand that you're wanting, or 3 or 4, whatever, however many spheres you're looking at. So that's my driftwood sphere stands, guys. Again, all the spheres you see are available as well. So let me know which ones you need. I've got some really gorgeous candle holders here, guys. Let's take a look at these. So on the left here, we've got these clear quartz. So I've got 3 in clear quartz. These are just rough, raw clear quartz. Nice chunky ones though. So I've got 3 of these. That's number 1, 2, and 3. This one at the front here looks like it's clear quartz, but it's actually a really pale rose quartz. You can actually see the pink coming through a little bit there. So 3 clear quartz and 1 rose quartz. Then we move into these Himalayan salt candle holders. These are, again, nice raw pieces. They're all roughly this big. So this is number 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. And remember, guys, I've got posts for all these. It's 111 on the video. So I have posts for all these. If you're interested in more pics, let me know and I can point you to those posts. These are also Himalayan salt, but carved into a heart shape, obviously. Really, really cool. Again, nice big chunky pieces. So just 2 of those. That's number 1 and number 2. And then we move into some selenite. I've just got 1 of these kind of selenite tower candle holders, if you will. Nice blingy selenite. And then this is a peach selenite. Again, it's a raw piece, but it's kind of being terraced. And so just 1 of those peach selenites as well. Okay, and here's a look at them all lit up. These guys all just take your standard sized tea light candles. I do have some votive candles, and I did try to fit the votive candles in here, and the ones that I have at least were a little bit too big. Mine are tapered, so the bottom of the votive candle is a smaller diameter. It would have fit in if they had been all that diameter, but they taper upwards towards the top and get wider in diameter, so they wouldn't fit. But definitely your standard size tea light candles will accommodate, or these candle holders will accommodate those without an issue. All right, gang, this table, as you can see, is full of my spheres. I've got some of them sitting on some of my driftwood sphere stands, which feature in another section of this longer video. And I've got some really cool black obsidian figurines over there on the right as well. I do want to say, if you hear any banging and crashing right now, ironically enough, this video, one of the main reasons I've just spent the last 3 days shooting video of my entire inventory is to ask for your help with the damage that I had to my house from Hurricane Milton. And ironically enough, there are roofers on the top of my roof right now tarping the damage up. So if you do hear banging in the background, I apologize, but that's what's going on. So without further ado, let's take a close look at all these magnificent spheres, guys. And as we usually do, let's kick it off over here on the left. So I've got a large selection of these glass spheres. So I want to point this out immediately. These are not quartz. These are not clear quartz, guys. These are glass. They're all somehow internally laser etched. So they have these 3D images inside them. So as you turn the sphere, it's a completely 3D image, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. The outside of these spheres are completely smooth. I have no idea how they do the internal laser etching. It's really neat, but I will show you what I have in terms of all these. So I've got a few of them that are sitting on white light and LED stands, just to show you what they look like if you put them on one of those, and they look pretty awesome, to be honest. I'll shut the light out here in a second and show you what they look like in the dark as well. But first of all, I've got one of these Kuan Yins. So I'm going to pick this up and show you. These are the larger ones. So I've got a few different styles in the larger. They're this size. And this is an angel. A little bit hard because they're so transparent, obviously. It's a little hard for him to show up on camera, but that's a really nice angel design with her wings spread out. And then I've got a bunch of zodiac ones. So I've got, in the large size, I've got the Aries and the Gemini. What I love about these spheres is you've obviously got the name of the zodiac sign. You've got a pictorial representation of that particular zodiac, and they're all obviously each different. They're all obviously different, each one. And then at the top, really difficult to see on camera, but it also has the actual constellation shape for that zodiac sign as well. So in the larger variety, I only have Aries and Gemini. And then I have these ones here. These are the smaller size. All the smaller ones are this size. So this is a really cool skull. As you can see, totally 3D. When you rotate it, it's just like a 3D thing inside the sphere. It's really cool. This one is a fairy sitting on a crescent moon. And then this is a really awesome dragon. And again, totally 3D. And so in addition to those, I have all of these zodiacs. I will tell you that I only have one of each of these, and I do not have the Leo, the Cancer, or the Sagittarius. I have sold those. So if we start at the back here, this is the Aries one. And again, it's sitting on one of these smaller color changing LEDs. So I can sell these either with or without the color changing LED. This is the Taurus. And then the Gemini, Virgo, trying to keep it in focus, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. Oh, Aquarius and Pisces. So if you want a closer look at any of those guys, please let me know. I'm happy to facilitate that for you. All right, let's get into the real spheres here, guys. The real crystal spheres. We'll start it off with this beautiful gold sheen black obsidian sphere. You can see how much that gold sheen blings on this piece. Just one of these guys, nice big piece. Then we move into this dendritic opal, also called merlinite. Some really pretty druzy vugs on this piece. So Merlinite, not to be confused with these, which are called Mystic Merlinite or Indigo Gabbro. This is Dendritic Opal. Then we move into this K2 sphere, also known as Azurite Granite. This material is only found in one place in the world, which is at the foot of the second tallest mountain in the world, which is K2 on the Pakistani side of the border. Then we have these two beautiful, blingy, flashy Selenite spheres. And then this absolutely show-stopping Sphalerite. Just amazing druzy all through this piece. Tiny little carpets of druzy here. Beautiful sphere, just one of these guys. And then a whole selection of super high-grade lapis lazuli. The blue on this one is absolutely spectacular. So I'm not going to pick them all up, but this is the largest. And it's a nice, big, heavy, chunky piece. And then if we move through each of them, this is number 1, number 2, number 3. These spheres all loaded with gold pyrite. Number 4, 5, 6, 7, and lastly number 8. And just by way of size comparison, that's the smallest of the 8 lapis lazuli spheres. So they're all actually pretty decently sized. Let's move into some ocean jasper with some incredible natural vugs in these guys. So number 1, look at the druzy in that. Number 2, beautiful colors and patterns on that as well. Number 3, again, big druzy vug. Number 4, this is my favorite one. The patterns on this piece are absolutely divine. Gorgeous colors, beautiful patterns. And then finally number 5, this one reminds me of like army camo. So if you have any military folks, or if you're military yourself and drawn to the camo patterns, this might be a great ocean jasper sphere for you to grab. This is ruby zoisite, and I'll show you what these look like under a UV light. Once we've gone through all these spheres, these will light up like a Christmas tree under a black light or a UV light. So 3 of the ruby zoisite. I've got 1 big honkin' shungite sphere available, guys. Really gorgeous. And then I've got these absolutely show-stopping chevron or dream amethyst spheres. The patterns on these are absolutely gorgeous. So that's number 1. This is number 2 and number 3. And then we move into these 3 howlite spheres as well. And then up here to these gorgeous moss agates. Again, nice big druzy vugs in some of these. Really pretty moss patterns. There's some blue chalcedony in these as well. So that's number 1, number 2, number 3 is a showstopper. Look at the druzy vugs in this, big druzy vugs. Really amazing piece. Again, you've got your blue chalcedony. There's even little pockets of clear quartz in this one. Look at the patterning on that, really gorgeous. So that's number 3 in the moss agate, and then finally number 4. And then I've got 4 Kambaba jaspers as well. And they're all roughly this size. Moving right along, we come to these gorgeous rainforest jasper spheres. I have 3 of these. And again, there's some bugs in these. Nice druzy pockets. So 3 of those. And then these beautifully colored blue calcite spheres, 2 of those. Speaking of beautifully colored, these are spectacular. These are pink opal, and the hues of pink and gray through these look really amazing together. Like, look how dark and deep that pink looks there. Really, really pretty pieces, and just a gorgeous soft energy. So pink opal And then a second one here. This is another gorgeously colored specimen. This is blue aragonite, guys, and again, full of druzy vugs. This reminds me of a planet. Like, I look at this and think of something like Jupiter or something like that. Obviously a different color to Jupiter. Look at the blue on the bottom of this one. Wow. I love blue aragonite. So just one of those. This is a nice big garnet sphere with a beautiful clear quartz vein running through it. So just one garnet. I've got lepidolite as well. And then this is a volcano agate. This is going to be another one of those UV reactive stones. And again, it's got some beautiful druzy vugs on this one. So just one of those. And then we get into these two black moonstone spheres, and you can see how they bling and flash. So this is the bigger of the two. Lots of flash on this guy. Flash everywhere. So that's number one, and this is the smaller number two. No less spectacular though. Flash all over it. So two black moonstones. And then these are ruby fuchsite. Again, going to be UV reactive. I've got two of those. They're really pretty just to the naked eye under normal light. Got some really nice hues of blues and greens and pink, but under a UV light they're going to pop. And then I have two nephrite jade spheres. I really like the lined patterns in these. They're gorgeous. These are pink calcite, and again, they're going to be another UV reactive stone that I'll show you towards the end of this video. And then I've got some amazing amethyst spheres. So these are super transparent and just full of rainbows, guys, as you can see. They're about that big. And they've got some spectacular patterning inside them. The fractures make for some really interesting patterns, and obviously, as I said, full of rainbows. So that's number one. This is number two. Big rainbow in that one. Really, really pretty spheres. And this is number three. This one's not quite as transparent. It's like a different kind of amethyst. I would almost call this one a chevron amethyst. It doesn't have the zigzaggy patterns or the chevrons that typical chevron amethysts do, but chevron amethyst is really you've got that lighter, almost milky quartz kind of color, and obviously the purple amethyst. So this is a really cool contrasting piece, this one. And then I have one prehnite sphere as well. This guy would look awesome on a white light LED. And all those darker inclusions that you see there are epidote. Okay, up next is this absolutely incredible pink amethyst sphere. Probably my favorite sphere on the table. The biggest sphere on the table for sure. Look at the druzy in this. So much bling in this crystal. And it's got gorgeous patterning on it as well. Trying to keep it in focus for you. And then the druzy on this side has this more orangey brown color, which would be due to iron inclusions. So there's all kinds of different colored druzy, but it's just covered with druzy pockets. Just an amazing, incredible piece, and I think she looks really spectacular on that dragon sphere stand. All right, so this is a really pretty banded rainbow fluorite sphere. Gorgeous patterns on that one. This is a blue fluorite. It looks kind of green, but you can see that there's blue throughout it as well. So blue fluorite, just one of those. And then I've got a couple of these really pretty pink tourmaline spheres. And then this one here is a man-made stone. It's cat's eye, but really cool, really beautiful blue. And there's some green flash on the bottom. And then obviously catch it in the right light and it sparkles. Oh, there's a rainbow flash there as well. I'd never noticed that before. So blue cat's eye, just one of those. This is peach moonstone. And again, this is a moonstone. It's a feldspar, so it's going to flash under the right light. See a little bit of it there. So one of those peach moonstones. These two are also man-made. These are green sandstone. And again, lots of bling and flash on these green sandstone specimens right there. I've got one super blingy, flashy tiger's eye sphere. This one is rainbow moonstone, and it's going to have all these little bright blue pockets of flash over it, as you can see. It's also faceted, this one. It's the only faceted sphere that I have. These two are orange jade. And just to give you an idea for the kind of size realm we're into now. So orange jade and white jade with a few little black jade flecks running through it. This is a gorgeous, I'm having a brain fart. Not Septarian, serpentine, thank you. This is serpentine, just one of those. This is a beautiful little flower agate sphere. And then a couple of rainbow, rose quartz that are full of rainbows. See the rainbows blinging and flashing in those. So 2 rose quartz as well. This entire row, guys, is indigo gabbro or mystic merlinite. As I mentioned before, they're all roughly this size. So I've got a whole bunch of these. And then I've got quite a few opalites as well. Opalite is another man-made stone, but it has its own metaphysical properties regardless. And the thing I like about these, I don't know how well you can see them, but they're full of these tiny little air bubbles, which look really cool as well. So a bunch of the opalites. And then I've got 4 of these hematite spheres, and these are very, very weighty, as you'd expect from hematite. Really nice, raw hematite. They haven't been overly polished, so they've still got that raw look about them. So I have 4 of those as well. Okay, we're in the home stretch now. So I've got a bunch of smaller spheres here sitting on these various driftwood sphere stands. All these driftwood sphere stands are for sale. They actually feature in another portion of this video that's dedicated just to these sphere stands. So we have a bunch of smaller Dream Amethyst spheres here. So just to give you an idea for size, some beautiful patterning on these. So again, guys, anything you see, pause the video, take a screenshot, circle the pieces that you're interested in and send them off to me. So these are a little smaller again, still Dream Amethyst and still gorgeously patterned. I've got a few of these smaller rose quartz spheres. I've got 3 of these little cute red jasper mini eggs left. And then these are clear quartz, but they are rose aurid. So those are about that big. So rose aurid clear quartz spheres. And then these 2 here are terahertz. So again, terahertz, another 111 on the video again. It's uncanny. I saw it actually a couple of shots earlier, but I just didn't say anything. Terahertz is another man-made stone, but again has its own metaphysical properties. Really cool, just like look like super shiny big ball bearings. They're really awesome. These are also clear quartz. These are clear quartz crackle spheres, and obviously have been angel aurid. You've got all those nice rainbow colors on them there. So 3 of those. These 2 are citrine, a couple of little citrine mini spheres. These are my charoite spheres right now. Charoite, as you may know, is one of my favorite stones. Just beautiful purple and gorgeous patterns through these. Swirly kind of patterns, beautiful stuff. So a couple of the charites. Closer look at this one as well. They're gorgeous. Look at those. Yum. This is a larger clear quartz angel aurid sphere. This is not a crackle one like the other 3 at the back. So just one of those. I've got one really neat little carnelian egg here. And then this is really cool. This is a gorgeous rainbow fluorite sphere, and it has a massive rainbow in it. Look at that. There's basically the whole one side of this crystal is a rainbow. And then there's all other tiny little rainbows throughout it. It's really beautiful. Let me hold it up to the light for you. Give you an idea of what it looks like with the light source behind it. Really pretty. So just one of them. And then I've got a selection of these really beautifully banded malachite mini spheres. So I've got 3 in this slightly larger size, and then I've got a few more that are a little smaller, but really high quality malachite mini spheres, guys. And this clear quartz bowl is also for sale. You may have seen it in another video. On this glass plate, I have 4 carnelian mini spheres, really beautiful patterns on these carnelians. And then I've got 1 larger seraphinite sphere, super blingy, gorgeous quality seraphinite. Seraphinite is a very, very rare material. When I see it, I get it, and it goes quickly. So I've got 1 of the larger, and then I've got 2 of the smaller seraphinite spheres as well. Little mini spheres. So in addition to those, on this plate, I have optical honey calcite spheres. So I've got a larger one that's about this size. And optical honey calcite is full of bling and flash and rainbows. And then I've got 4 that are about this size. And then I've got 1 little red tiger's eye. Super blingy little red tiger's eye mini sphere, guys. Just one of those. Now, these are plates that will hold smaller crystals. So they're the same plates that you see holding these spheres here. This one is glass, so it's got obviously this star design etched into it and little divots that are etched out that the crystals will sit in. This holds 7 spheres. These all will hold 7 spheres. It's kind of got a faceted edge and then little faceted feet that it sits on as well. So this one is glass. This is the same kind of thing, except it's plastic. And then this one is also glass, but it's a little smaller than the other one. You can see them both next to each other there. So again, exactly the same concept, exactly the same design, but just a little smaller. So I have these for sale as well. Now, every sphere that you guys order, provided it's not one of these tiny ones, will come for free with one of these style of sphere holders. If you're looking for something a little more substantial, I can give you one of these. These are $2 for that size. And then for the larger size right next to it, these ones are $3. So again, every sphere that can accommodate, as long as it's not too small, we'll get a free one of those, $2 and $3 if you'd like to kind of upgrade. So we're going to start with this row of lapis lazuli spheres. And these are really not showing up as brightly as I can see them to my naked eye, but you can see the lapis spheres are fluorescing orange, which is, I believe it's the gold pyrite that reacts under the UV. So these lapis spheres all have some degree of fluoresce on them under this black light, but again, just not as vibrant on camera as they really are. So next in line, we have these ruby zoisite spheres, and I'm trying real hard. These are like hot pink to my naked eye, but I can barely get them to show up on camera. But you can kind of see where they're fluorescing. I just wish they'd show up brighter than they are. So that's the ruby zoisite. Okay, moving along, we have this blue Orgonite sphere at the back. The UV light's kind of washing out the contrast here, but this has all kinds of, looks like really light fluorescent blue on this one. So there's that one, and then if we move down here, this is the Volcano Agate. This one actually has like a neon slime green kind of patches on it, which is really neat. And then we have these ruby fuchsite spheres, and you can see the hot pink. So anything that's ruby is going to flash hot pink. So ruby kyanite, ruby zoisite, they all are going to flash with the hot pink. And then we've got these two pink calcite spheres here. These are really super bright. And again, the camera's not showing it, but these are super bright, like 80s fluorescent hot pink, really cool. And then the last two are these clear quartz rose aurid spheres. And again, the camera's not picking up how bright and vibrant the colors are. Clear quartz really doesn't, or usually doesn't fluoresce, but when they're treated with the rose aura really pops under a UV light. So these are my UV reactive spheres. Oh, all right. So the sigh of relief, I guess, denotes that this is the last portion of what has been 3 days of solid crystal filming. I have set this table up and pulled it down, I don't even know how many times now. At least half a dozen, probably more. So much work going into these to this video, guys, and this is the last of it. So these are all black obsidian figurines, and I've got some really cool ones here. I'm just going to pick a random one up just to kind of show you for size. They're all somewhere around that size, and I've got different characters. So this back row is Alice in Wonderland characters. So you've got the Cheshire Cat, and then you've got the rabbit. I don't know what his name is. You've got the Mad Hatter, and then that's Alice. All right, and this second row is all Harry Potter figures. So I'm gonna pick them up so you can get a decent look at them. So this is Harry with, looks like he's holding a book, I think. So I've got a couple of that style. I've got Harry with his magical broomstick. I've got a couple of those, 3 of those actually, and then I've got 2 different Ron Weasleys. So that's the first one, and this is the second one. So just a row of Harry Potter characters. Again, guys, Christmas coming. These are going to make great stocking stuffers, great gifts for your kids. I've got a couple of really nice Thai Buddhas here. And then a couple of astronauts. So this is an astronaut sitting on the moon. I'm not sure if that's affiliated with some kind of show or not. Most of these are. This is a Transformer. He's really cool. Just one of those. And then I've got one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I could not tell you which one this is. I've never been into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if I'm being honest. I know a lot of people are huge fans, so I've got one of those. And then I'm not sure if this is like Black Beauty or what it's supposed to be, but obviously a horse. It's kind of reared up on its hind legs. So one of those. And then I've got some superheroes here. So I've got 2 Captain Americas. And again, guys, if you'd like any better pictures of these, better look at them, let me know. This is Spider-Man. And then I've got a few from the Star Wars franchise. I've got a Stormtrooper here. And R2-D2. And what Star Wars collection would be complete without Darth Vader? Who else, when they were younger, thought that Darth Vader was actually Dark Vader? I thought it was Dark Vader for years. And then this is Groot from, what's he from? Guardians of the Galaxy, is it? And then a couple of little Bambis in the front, guys, to finish it off. Little Bambi laying down. So 2 Bambis. Oh my gosh, I believe that covers all of it. So let me give you one last zoomed out look at the table. Please let me know which pieces I need to send to you. I was hoping to get this video uploaded on Friday night. I don't think that's going to happen now. It's close to 5 o'clock on Friday evening already. This will go up tomorrow, Saturday night. And my next ship out day is Monday. So any and all orders that are finalized with me by Sunday night will ship out for you on Monday. So you'll have your stones next week. I love you guys so much. Again, this is one of the main purposes of this video, this epically long video, is to ask for your help with Hurricane Milton repairs to my house. I've got an $8,000 deductible that I'm staring down the barrel of. I don't believe in, GoFundMes or anything like that. I want to earn anything I get. So if you can purchase crystals from me, every single dollar helps, because $8,000 this month was definitely not in my budget. Thank you guys so much for your time and your friendship and your love and your support. You guys know what you mean to me. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and talk to me about crystals in the comments section here, guys. I'd love to get some discussion going. Have a great weekend, everyone. I love you, and I hopefully will see you in my DMs claiming crystals. Ciao, guys.